This week on CWN, we have a student going to dance in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
And our thespians have returned from their trip with several national qualifiers. I'm Maddie.
And I'm Logan, and today is November 18th, 2023. You are watching Calallen Wildcat News Weekly Review. Wow, another busy week here at CHS.
I know, right? We had some teams in the playoffs, other teams are just starting off their seasons, and we had some advancements in FFA and in theater.
That truly is amazing. We have a lot to get covered, so let's get started. Our theater students traveled to San Antonio for a thespian festival. Several qualified for nationals. Let's go and send it on over to Addison with who all advance.
Hey cats, I'm Addie and I'm here with Ariana and Peyton. So I heard y'all went on a thespian trip this weekend. Can y'all tell me more about that?
Yes, so the trip was really fun. We got to compete and go do workshops and meet a bunch of people.
And Peyton, how was that for you?
It was really fun and interesting to learn a bunch of different tricks and stuff to do.
Awesome, and this was both of y'all's first time qualifying for nationals. Tell me more about that.
It was definitely a scary experience at first. So when you walk in, you're in a room with a bunch of people you don't know, and just like having like the energy of other people like watching you was kind of scary. But once you get up there and start like acting, it's really fun.
And how was that for you, Peyton?
It was really interesting to learn like where my skill set of acting is for both me and Ariana, like just together as a group, and then with the actual, I don't know.
Well, thank you and congratulations. Hey cats, I'm Addie and I'm here with Emma. So you also went on a thespian trip this weekend. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes, so this is my second time coming to the thespian trip and it was super fun. I learned a lot and we went to a bunch of workshops, and then there's also like main stage shows that you can see. So from different high schools you can just experience like theater throughout different high schools, I guess, and it's a really good opportunity to make friends who are also interested in the same thing as I am.
That's awesome. And this was your second time qualifying for nationals. Can you tell me how you're feeling about that?
Yeah, so I was really excited. My goal this year was to get callbacks, but it was almost a perfect score, so I'm going to just try to shoot for that next year, but I am very proud of myself for qualifying, and hopefully I can go this year.
Well, congratulations to you. Thank you. That's all from us, and back to the studio.
We have a very fortunate student here at CHS who was selected to dance in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Naomi spoke with Krista on how she feels about going to New York.
I'm here with Krista, who is a senior. I hear you're dancing in the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. Can you tell me about that?
Well, the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade is on Thanksgiving, and it's like a big group of people who like come together and dance for the people in New York and on TV. And I'm honestly really excited.
That's great. Thank you, and back to the studio.
Mrs. Burkhart had a lab covering Newton's law of motion. We interviewed one of the students on how it was going.
Hey cats, I'm Maddie and I'm here with Greg, and I heard that y'all were learning about Newton's laws and gravity. Can you tell me what y'all were doing?
Well, we were kind of just like learning about it, and we had like 7 different labs, and I kind of got to like push someone into me on a cart.
Wow, 7, that's a lot. That sounds like a lot of fun. Did you enjoy these?
They were all right.
That's awesome. Thank you. Now back to the studio.
Our future Farmers of America competed this past week. Many of the teams advanced to area. We talked to Mr. Farias about which teams made it and the hopes of advancing to state.
Hey Wildcats, I'm here with Mr. F, and I hear that y'all had an FFA competition yesterday. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Sure. We had our district leadership development events. We fielded quite a few teams and qualified quite a few for area next week. I believe we have seven teams, I believe, that will be qualified for area next week on Monday. So hopefully we'll go and qualify something for state.
Thank you, and back to the studio.
If y'all don't know what kitchen cops are, they basically make sure our cafeteria is up to par concerning health codes. We recently inspected and scored another perfect 100. Here is Miss Penna to tell us all about it.
Hey cats, I'm here with Miss Benya, our manager at Calallen here for the cafeteria. Miss Benya, I heard you guys got 100 for kitchen cops. Can you please tell me more about that?
Yes, we get 100 because we got 100 of a perfect score, which our cleaning does, and overall 100 is the best score you can get. So we do get a merit, a sticker that we get every 3 or 4 months. We get a sticker and we get checked on every month, but we have to make sure our food and everything is in compliance with the health department.
How do you feel about getting this 100?
The ladies are awesome. They get all excited, and we make sure everything is done nice and clean and nice and neat.
And so, how long have you been working here at Calallen?
I've been here working 22 years as a food service manager. My name is Miss Peña.
Thank you, Ms. Peña, and to the amazing faculty staff here that we have. Back to the studio.
Last week for Veterans Day, our ROTC went to Windsor's nursing home to honor our veterans. Roxy tells us what were some of the activities they did while they were spending time with the residents.
Good morning, Wildcats. Today I'm here with Roxy. Roxy, I hear you're in ROTC. Can you tell me more about that and what y'all did this past week?
Yes, we went to Windsor and we got to give veterans certificates and medals, and we get to give them cake and drinks and talk to them about their experiences in the military branches that they were in, and we got to show them some of the marching that we do in our OTC, and we got to just be around them and talk with them about their life in the military, and it was really nice.
Wow, that's very nice of y'all, and thank you, Roxy, for that, and back to the studio.
The Robotics Club has a competition this Saturday. We spoke to Mr. Easton about what changes he hopes will be taking place concerning his bots. Let's go on over and take a look.
Hey Cats, I'm Em and I'm here with Mr. Easton. So Mr. Easton, y'all have a competition this Saturday for robotics. Can you tell me more about that, please?
Yeah, so we've got our second competition coming up this Saturday, and all right, our first one we had like a month ago or so, and we've been preparing for the next one. Our first competition, we got the bots to move. We tested out our new wheel system and our gear ratios on the wheels, and so now it's just a matter of taking the bases and then adding additional parts so that we can perform more of the game elements. Like we're supposed to pick up little pixels and then put them on a little backdrop, and then by the end of the competition, the actual like match, we've got to throw a paper airplane and get the robot to suspend itself off the ground onto some rigging in the arena. And so we're pretty close to getting both of those things done. We haven't quite gotten to the paper airplane throwing yet, but we're working on our arm, and hopefully that our arm assembly works as intended.
Well, that's really cool. Good luck to y'all, and back to the studio.
It can't be a Saturday show without a lab from Mrs. Johns. Lauren spoke to her on her AP Chem lab on gravimetrics. Let's check it out.
Good morning, Wildcats. I'm Lauren. Today I'm here with Ms. Johns. Ms. Johns, I heard you're doing a lab in AP Chemistry. Can you tell me about that?
Sure. We're doing what's called a gravimetric analysis. So we started our unit on reactions, and so we've learned about what's called a precipitation reaction. And so what we did is I gave them an unknown, I know, but they don't know, metal carbonate, and they're going to mass it. That's why they have to dry it, because it's very hydroscopic, which means it attracts water. So they're drying it with a ring stand and the Bunsen burner, doing that first. Then they're going to mix it in some distilled water. And then at the other table, they've got calcium chloride, which is in solution. They're going to mix those two together. It's going to create a precipitate called calcium carbonate. And then they're going to get to use the Buchner funnels and create a vacuum suction kind of seal thing, where they'll pour the solution with the precipitate into that. It will pull all the water out, and they got to let it dry then for 24 hours. Tomorrow they'll come back, take a mass of that, and from there they should be able to work backwards and find by using a calculation called percent by mass, they should be able to find the metal that was in the original metal carbonate compound.
Thank you, Ms. Jones, and good job, AP Chemistry kids. Back to the studio.
Coach Hunter's English classes were able to get a little animated as they covered a Midsummer Night's Dream. We spoke to him on why he performed certain plays with the students.
Hi, it's Maddie with Calallen TV, and I'm here with Coach Hunter. So I know you are the PAC English 1 teacher. Can you just tell me what you're doing in class right now as y'all are ending this unit?
Yeah, Ms. Rodriguez and I both teach English 1 PAC, and we're doing a Shakespeare unit. And we have Romeo and Juliet that we just finished, and we're doing Midsummer Night's Dream right now. And so today we're ending the play, and the play ends with a play within the play. And so I like to get up the kids that play those parts, and we kind of like act out the play, just to make it a little more interesting for the kids, so we're not just sitting there and, reading the play. And it's not, Shakespeare was meant to be seen on a stage. It wasn't just meant to be read in a book. And so if I can get the kids out of their seats a little bit and have them have a little bit of fun with this and kind of see some of the humor in Shakespeare, it's better than just if we sit there.
Yeah, it's a good way to keep them intrigued. Do you do anything else throughout the year that just keeps the students engaged like this?
Oh yeah, sure. I try to do stuff like this all the time. We actually, right before Christmas, we'll act out another scene from Romeo and Juliet and another scene from Midsummer Night's Dream. And then like later on in the year, we'll do some things where we, with 1984 and some of the other things that we read that's a little more interactive, you'll be seeing us out in the halls doing things and posting stuff around campus. So yeah, anything I can do to keep it interesting for the kids.
Oh, that sounds good. And that's all from us. Now back to the studio.
Mrs. Swanson had some of her math students compete in the 10th annual Javelina Cup mathematics competition in Texas A&M Kingsville. Halen placed first overall and won a $1,500 scholarship. Let's hear it from him all about it.
I'm here with Halen Kochek. So I heard you had a contest at Texas A&M Kingsville. How did that go?
So basically they kind of just like put us all in a room and made us take a test, and just whoever made the highest score on the test won, which luckily was me. And the winner, number one first prize winner, got a $1,500 scholarship to Texas A&M Kingsville. So that's pretty cool.
So how do you feel about getting all that money for your scholarship?
I'm very excited about it. I really didn't expect to win. I just kind of went in there pretty nonchalant and walked out with a scholarship.
All right, thank you. Now back to the studio.
Our Spanish National Honor Society hosted another angel tree for this year's Christmas. We spoke to Mrs. Sheik on what it is they do and why they do it.
All right, cats, I'm here with Ms. Sheik. So, Ms. Sheik, I heard y'all had an angel tree this year. Could you tell me more about that?
Yes, so SNHS is sponsoring an angel tree. What it is members have chosen a little Christmas tree with a child's name on it. It's kids that are in our district, our elementary schools, pre-K, kinder, first and second. They choose a child and they're going to provide some Christmas gifts for them so that all these children can have a wonderful Christmas.
That's great. That's great. Could you tell me more on what's the meaning of this Christmas this angel tree?
Okay, so our little angels, is what we call them, are children who may not be getting as many things as other children, and so this gives them an opportunity to be able to receive some gifts, but it gives our students an opportunity to give somebody else and help them have a nice Christmas.
That's very great. That's very great. Let's take it back to the studio.
Mrs. Luna's nutrition and well-being class had a go at making chicken Alfredo. They learned how to roll the individual pasta and create the sauce. No doubt it was a delicious meal.
The Outdoor Adventure class taught the students how to make s'mores in the outdoors. Here is Christian with more.
Hey guys, today in Outdoor Adventure class we learned how to start a fire with kindling, and then we made it in a T-shaped style. And then after that we rewarded ourselves with some marshmallows and made some s'mores.
Now let's send it to Callie with Wildcat Media.
Thank you, anchors, and welcome back to Wildcat Media. If you didn't know, Coach Hernser has a YouTube channel called Pigskin and Poetry, where he does videos about a various amount of things. We would love for you to go check that out on YouTube and tell us what you think about it. Now that's all from me, and back to the anchors.
Thank you, Callie.
Now let's send it to Michaela with a rundown on sports.
Thank you, Maddie, and good morning, Corpus Christi. After a hard-fought season full of determination and new beginnings, the Calallen Wildcats were unfortunately knocked out of round 1 of the playoffs after a game against the Beeville Trojans, cutting their football season short. With an overall record of 7-3, Coach Campbell was able to lead his players through many losses as well as victories. Your Calallen Lady Cats also had their season cut short as they were defeated in the regional volleyball tournament against Davenport. After becoming district champions, the Lady Cats played their hearts out on that court and made a season full of great memories and incredible wins. We spoke to Lauren Dillon on her thoughts of the season.
I'm here with Lauren Dillon, one of the varsity volleyball players. So Lauren, you had a game on Friday against Davenport. How did that go?
We didn't play our best, and we got killed in 3 sets, but they were a good team, and we just didn't show out to play. So,
what are some things y'all can take away from that game to move on for next year?
Definitely take away that we don't want that to happen next year, and it'll be my senior year, so I want to win.
All right, thank you. Now back to the studio.
Girls basketball played Sinton last Friday. We spoke to Coach Spencer on his first victory of the season.
Wildcats here, Coach Spencer. Show played Sinton on Friday. How'd it go?
Went well. Big win over a rising program. Happy with our girls played. Did a lot of things that we worked on this week in practice, and so it was good to kind of see that come together. Still some things to work out, but that's expected early in the season, so we're excited for this upcoming week.
Who y'all playing next?
So we go to GP tomorrow night, and then varsity will head to San Antonio for their Cornerstone tournament Thursday through Saturday. So this week's going to be a tough week for us. Get to see some teams from all over the state of Texas, and so we're excited for it to play somebody new and just be a good early season test for us.
Thank you for interviewing. With that, back to the studio.
The Lady Cats also played GP last Tuesday, where they scored another win, 44-40.
One more cast member, Coach Spencer. Y'all played GP last night. How'd it go?
We ended up winning. Tough physical game at their place. It's always a tough place to play. They're a very physical and aggressive team, and I thought we responded to that well. And just happy to come home with a dub.
When's y'all's next game?
So tomorrow morning we head to San Antonio. We'll play 6A Dripping Springs and 5A Bastrop Cedar Creek tomorrow in the first 2 games of our tournament up there.
What are your expectations for the game, and how are you preparing your players?
I mean, we always expect to win. I've got a couple of films on them. We've been watching it. We'll go over some stuff today in practice on what we need to fix from last night's game, and then what we need to do to prepare for tomorrow's games. And we always want to win those games in tournament and start off early, but tournaments are a lot about building chemistry and building experience. And so that's kind of our hope and our expectation for the weekend.
Thank you for the interview. And with that, back to the studio.
Our boys basketball season got off to a rough start, losing to Beeville last Tuesday. The Wildcats were winning by 16 at the half, only to fall apart at the end. Coach Burnett fills us in with his expectations.
I'm here with Alex Sanchez, a varsity basketball player. So, Alex, you had a game yesterday against Beeville. How did that go?
I think we did it pretty good in the first half. The energy was up. I think we just need to keep the energy going on through the second half.
So what are some things y'all can get better at for y'all's next game?
We just need to build chemistry and just talk more throughout the team.
I'm here with Coach Burnett, the varsity basketball coach. So, Coach, you had a game yesterday in Beeville. How did that go?
Yeah, it was a good game. It was the first game of the season. Boys came out and we played hard and got after it the first half. Not so well in the second half, and we dropped the game. But it was a learning experience for us, and we'll get back to work today and work on what we need to get ready for the next game.
So how impressed are you with the new guys coming up for varsity?
Oh, very impressed. These guys are very eager to play. They're working hard, getting after it. A lot of energy on the court this year. So, yeah, very happy.
All right, thank you. Now back to the studio.
Our swim team had a meet last weekend. Jasmine spoke to Nico on how the meet went.
Hey Cats, today I'm here with the varsity swimmer Nico Pickens. So Nico, we had a tri meet yesterday. How did it go?
Everybody did good despite the harsh conditions. The pool was hot, but overall, the whole team did very excellent.
I agree. So Nico, what are we doing to prepare for our meets coming up and for district?
Our team's practicing during Christmas break for 2 days, so we're going to be very well prepared.
Very true. Thank you, Nico. That's all from us. Now back to the studio.
The swim team also has a meet today. Coach Lawrence told us what kind of meet it is.
Morning, Cats. Today I'm here with Coach Lawrence. Coach Lawrence, can you tell me more about y'all's swim meet coming up?
Yes, we have a swim meet out at the natatorium on Friday. We have prelims on Friday, and then we have finals on Saturday. And it's called the Gobbler Games because of, the holiday being Thanksgiving. So anyway, it's going to be a big meet. A lot of teams will be there, and it'll be a good test for us.
Do you have an idea how many teams will be there?
I believe there's about 16 teams that are showing up. So, a lot of them come from, of course, the Corpus area, but then we do have a few that come from Victoria and even down in the valley. So it's a really big meet, and it's a fun one to be a part of.
That's really interesting. It's great to hear. Good luck. That's all from us, and thank you.
We'll have those results for you after the Thanksgiving break. Soccer, powerlifting, and varsity golf are all starting up soon, so we'll have plenty to cover after the Thanksgiving break. And that's the latest on Calallen Sports. Back to you, Logan.
Thank you, Michaela.
Now, here's Candace with today's weather forecast. How's it looking outside, Candace?
Thank you, Anchors, and good morning, Wildcats. Today's weather is brought to you by Basic Robinson's Families. Happy Saturday, everyone. Everyone's had a great week and is looking forward to a great weekend. This weekend, we're looking at some beautiful weather and looking forward into the holiday on next Thursday. We also are looking at some beautiful weather then as well. Looking currently right now, we're looking a little bit chillier at 65 degrees. We're looking at some sunshine, a little bit of clouds, 6% chances of rain, and the winds blowing from the north at 8 miles per hour. Looking further on into the rest of the day, temperatures are going to rise up with that sun sunshine getting us into the 70-degree range at a high of 75 at 4. Later on tonight, we're looking at those temperatures dropping down into the 60-degree range at a low of 69 at 8 p.m. Percent chance of rain also staying fairly minimal throughout the entire day today, just getting a high at 5% at 8, but nothing too high to worry about. Looking at the winds, we're looking at the winds also staying fairly minimal, but just being at a high of 8 miles per hour from the north-northeast at 12 p.m. We're also looking at that sunshine, a little bit of clouds is going to bring us the warmer temperatures, so it's still going to feel a little bit cooler outside. We're looking for a beautiful weekend ahead of us. Looking into Sunday, we are looking at temperatures rising up into a high of 80 degrees. We are looking at some sunshine, a little bit of clouds, 7% chance of rain, and the winds blowing from the south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Looking at our countdown, there are exactly 4 days till Thanksgiving, so hopefully everyone's ready for the Thanksgiving holiday. Next Thursday, hopefully you have all the recipes down and ready for that day. Looking at the forecast for Thanksgiving on Thursday, November 23rd, we are looking at the temperatures dropping down. We're looking at a cool front coming in early next week, which is going to bring us cooler temperatures of 71 degrees on Thanksgiving Day, 7% chance of rain, and the winds blowing from the east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Looking at some sunshine, also a little bit of clouds. You can also, I recommend wearing possibly a light sweater, but nothing too heavy because, it's nothing too cool to be worried about on Thanksgiving Day. That's all from weather. Have a great one, and back to Thankers.
Thank you, Candace.
Yes, of course.
We want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving as we will be off next week. We'll catch you back here on December 2nd.
And that's all your announcements for today, but now it's time for your joke of the day. So guys, what's the difference between a turkey and a chicken?
I don't know, Logan. What?
Chickens celebrate Thanksgiving.
For all you social people out there, make sure you're following us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at CalallenTV for all the latest updates. Also, subscribe to us here on YouTube to catch all of our latest videos. And as always,
Stay classy, Calallen.